Bulabinaka, my name is Litia and I'm from the beautiful island of Laos and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rock.
My name is Casey, I'm from Tabua. We love Today FM in Tabua. Today FM rocks.
My name is Selina, I'm from Tavenga Vengamba. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Pula, my name is Carlo. I love listening to the music in Today FM, in Malak Island. Today FM rock.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, undocumented deposits a problem for Singatoka. New twin otter for Fiji link. And villagers concerned about Kiribati land purchase.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Amrita Sagar.
The Singatoka Town Council failed to provide supporting documents to justify the existence of miscellaneous deposits worth close to $58,000 that accumulated over more than 20 years. This was revealed when the council made their submission on the 2014 Auditor General's report on municipal councils to the Standing Committee on Public Accounts in Suva today. Savara Tambor reports.
The accumulation of miscellaneous deposits worth $57,817 were made up of deposits paid by tenants and contractors to the council.
So whenever we had meetings with auditors, they informed us that we have to look for the details. We have checked all our reports, but we are unable to get the breakdown like the receipt number and so and so. Okay. But we know how the 57,000 comes to. That's on page 8.
Oh, you know that?
Yeah, it's on page 8.
Director Audit Dineshwar Prasad says the council is waiting for receipts from several contractors and tenants that paid all these deposits to claim their money.
When we audited 2016, the amount that we had initially qualified the accounts for has actually, to the Auditor General, is not material anymore.
The local government ministry has confirmed receiving a letter from the town council for the write-off of this amount. However, they will await discussions with the Office of the Auditor General on what actions to take. Sabira Tambua, FBC News.
Fiji Airways, Fiji's national airline, received its latest aircraft, a DHC 6 Series 400 twin otter from manufacturer Viking Air Limited. The aircraft is the first of 3 twin otters the airline has purchased for its domestic subsidiary Fiji Link, which will replace 2 of its existing 3 Series 300 aircraft. Felipe Naikaso has more.
Welcoming their new baby to the Fiji Airways family, the twin otters touched down at the Nadi International Airport after more than 50 hours of flight, making 5 stops.
The aircraft is definitely a step up from the existing 300 series, with air-conditioned cabins and refreshed interiors for increased customer comfort. Additionally, the cockpit has state-of-the-art digital avionics system and operating features to enhance operational reliability and an easier transition for the progression of our Fiji Link pilots onto the ATR fleet.
With versatility to land on various terrain, it's the aircraft of choice for Fiji Link's domestic operations, providing well-suited to Fiji's domestic operating environment made up of smaller airports and shorter airstrips.
This investment is part of our overall objective to modernize our fleet, increase capacity, grow our network, and provide a better customer experience to all the traveling public.
It was also an opportunity of a lifetime for the 2 pilots.
Well, I've always wanted to come here, so I was very happy to be asked to participate.
The Fiji Link's Twin Otter series will be used in key routes like Savu-Savu and Taveuni in a few months' time. Felipe Naikaso, FBC News.
Villagers of Naviavia in the Kandrove might be forced to look for land to farm on when the Kiribati government starts utilizing the land it purchased here in Fiji. The purchased land, Natuavatu Estate, is located beside Naviavia village. Eleanor Turangaview has the details.
The Kiribati government purchased Natuavatu Estate for over 16 million Fijian dollars in 2014. The 5,400-acre land belonged to the Anglican Church Trust.
We did not know anything about the purchase of the land. It's between the Anglican Church trustees and the Kiribati government. We were given 300 acres by the church and the rest they have now sold it to Kiribati. We just heard later on that it has been purchased.
Much of the estate comprises of lush green forests, steep hills and mangrove swamps. The land was purchased by the Kiribati government solely for food production, mainly agriculture and livestock farming, which will then be exported to Kiribati.
We had a bit of concern about the whole issue. We were concerned about how we will fare if the Kiribati people move here. Their tradition and culture are totally different to ours, as well as their lifestyle.
Villagers of Naviavia are descendants of Solomon Islanders brought to Fiji during the blackbirding era, and they have been keepers of the estate for years, even using part of it for farming and livestock grazing. This will continue until the Kiribati government starts utilizing their land.
A big portion of our farm is located on their land. Our land is not really fertile, hence most of our farming is done in their land. We are concerned that when they come, we will have to stop using their land. What will happen to us then?
Kiribati comprises of 32 atolls and is just a few meters above the ocean. There are fears it may entirely disappear in the coming decades due to sea level rise. It is not known if the people would eventually be relocated to the estate. FBC News attempted to get comments from the Anglican Church Trust, the Kiribati High Commission in Suva, and the Commissioner Northern's office, but no information was forthcoming. Eleanor Turangeview, FBC News.
The Fijian delegation to the COP23 meet in Bonn, Germany will stamp the world-famous Bula spirit on the occasion with cultural performers, including the entire Fiji Police Band. There will also be performances all over the city where they will highlight our own climate change experiences with continuous audio-visual presentations. There will also be speaking events in the Fijian Pavilion along with a broad range of other activities. In a special message to the people of Germany, the Prime Minister said world leaders are looking forward to fruitful discussions. The COP23 meeting begins next week, Monday.
When we get to Bonn in Germany, it will be cold, but we also know the warmth of the German people. The world is looking forward to coming over to Bonn to discuss issues that threaten the existence and life brought about by climate change.
Still to come, new laws for kawakawa and donu fish consumption. And guys, get ready to grow a mole. November starts tomorrow. Stay with us.
Moala ranavika o tikongona taunu singatoka ando talitaka na wakaronga ng Bula FM nambandua na sere.
Ya dora subuli kurnambili iborani batukara hambara binaranga do talitakina na wakaronga ng Bula FM nambandua na sere.
Bula FM nambandua na sere.
It will be illegal to harvest, sell or consume both kawakawa and donu during their breeding months from June through to September next year. Minister for Fisheries Semi Korela-Visau says this is to ensure the sustainable management of our ocean resources for future generations. Maggie Boyle tells us more.
Kawakawa. That's a big one. It started with voluntary pledges in a 4FJ campaign aimed at raising awareness on the plight of the kawakawa and donu. Then came the seasonal ban. Now this.
We have just recently submitted to Cabinet the spawning areas. We have greatly lost the spawning areas around Fiji because of the commercial activities around in our waters.
Korela-Visau says reviving fish stocks within our coastal communities is critical.
Coastal fisheries, which will now have the basic role of MCS, monitoring, control and surveillance of our coastal waters. This is a huge task for government and especially for the Ministry of Fisheries, because we need to up our capability to be able to bridge the gap.
Surveillance and monitoring will be imperative to this new initiative.
Basically to check that everything that happens on the boat and with species that are caught are not undersized, and that everything happening on the boat is in line with our regulations.
Legislation is currently being drafted which will include fines and imprisonment terms to deter Fijians from breaching the proposed law. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
The Fisheries Ministry has commended outgoing New Zealand Ambassador Mark Ramsden's contribution to the sector. Minister Semi Korilavisau and his staff bid their farewell to Ramsden in a low-key ceremony in Suva today. Anna Ravulo reports.
The outgoing ambassador's 4 years service in the country did not only improve diplomatic relations between Fiji and New Zealand, but also ensured that our waters was protected.
I think the reposition of Hawaii had created a lot of impact to Fiji. I think it is not only its ability to be able to accommodate our Navy and our fish resources in carrying out patrols. It has also highlighted to us what we can do to improve our own capability in our MCS role in monitoring, control and surveillance of our coastal areas.
Ramsden says New Zealand developed a good relationship with Fiji over the past years.
I think the Hawaii deployment has been hugely successful. It's a great example of cooperation between Fiji and New Zealand. It makes me feel proud of our relationship, that really, you know, all the ideas are being generated out of your ministry.
Outgoing Ambassador Mark Ramsden will depart the country on the 8th of December for a new post in Ethiopia. Meanwhile, the incoming New Zealand Ambassador to Fiji, Jonathan Kerr, will arrive in the country in February next year. Anna Ravulo, FBC News.
The Fiji Cancer Society has revealed that the number of men diagnosed with prostate cancer is increasing. FCS says we need to come forward and talk about the deadly disease, as many people tend to take this subject lightly. Kelly Vadala reports.
Prostate cancer is the most common non-skin cancer among men and usually grows slowly.
Prostate cancer is on the rise at the moment. There are a lot of men who refuse to believe when we try and spread awareness or tell them about these cancers. They think that they won't be suffering through it. Cancer cannot touch them. Cancer does not affect you by your race, your religion or your education level or your gender.
Meanwhile, Vinod Patel in Lovala Beach in Suva launched their Grow a Mo to Save a Bro promotion today to start off the nationwide Movember awareness.
It's important as an organization that we assist in raising awareness about this disease that can happen to any man.
Vinod Patel also says it's about time people start talking about the deadly disease which not many people know about.
You don't know sickness or you don't know death. When it comes on anyone, it could be any of our people or it could be any of our staff. So we thought that participation from our own people and our own team members will raise great awareness for this very important health issue for men.
Movember exists for a number of reasons, but mainly to help raise awareness on prostate cancer and suicide rates in men all around the world. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
The trial date for the Registrar of the University of Fiji, Kamlesh Arya, has been confirmed for 2019. Arya is charged with 1 count of abuse of office and 1 count of general dishonesty causing a loss. FICE's counsel Francis Pulaiwai asked for a hearing date in court today. High Court Judge Justice Riaz Hamza highlighted that his calendar is busy and has set the trial date from 4th February to 1st March 2019. The alleged offence occurred between January and December 2014, while the accused was the acting school manager for Bhavani Dayal Memorial Primary School in Nasinu. It's alleged that Arya authorised loans amounting to $116,000 from the free education grant provided by the Education Ministry to the primary school. The matter has been adjourned to 26 March 2018 for mention. We're ahead in sports with Jamie. He will have the latest on the Fijian Drua, but for now it's Rachel with business.
Thanks, Amrita. Good evening, and coming up in business tonight. FHL profits on the top. And in growing Fiji, FSC takes new direction. Stay with us.
मैं प्रेमिला वायरुकू रेकी रेकी से सुबह मेरी आँख खुलती है तो मैं मिर्ची FM सुनती हूँ. मिर्ची FM is number 1. It's so hot.
हम लोग बार टाउन के कैरियर ड्राइवर लोगों ने हम लोग के मिर्ची एफएम सुनो अच्छा लगे मिर्ची एफएम इज हॉट
हाय मैं संध्या नारिया रेफ्रिकी से मेरे सारे दोस्त मिर्ची एफएम सुनते हैं मिर्ची एफएम इज हॉट आई लव मिर्ची एफएम
हमें स्पिन तो हुआ कि मिर्ची एफएम में सबसे अच्छा गाना बजे
मिर्ची एफएम इट्स हॉट
Welcome back. Leading business tonight, Fijian Holdings Limited recorded a 4% growth over the last 3 months ending September 30th. Group Chair Adrian Sofield says the group's profit after tax amounted to $6.4 billion in comparison to $6.2 billion in the same period last year. However, the group's revenue has decreased by 2% compared to the September 2016 results. Sofield says this is mainly due to shortfalls in sales from Pacific Cement Limited and the RB Patel Group. He adds the Pacific Cement Limited is recovering from the plant breakdown, while the sales for supermarkets have been low due to current market competition. And we now join Rocco from HFC Bank with the latest from the money markets.
Vinaka, let's have a look at our economic calendar. There are some major announcements that will be released this week. Upcoming, and the major one, is the U.S. federal interest rate decision on Wednesday. It's expected to remain the same at 1.25%. The Japanese and United Kingdom interest rates are also on the list. Tomorrow we have the New Zealand unemployment rate, while the Australian export, import and trade balance is due on Thursday. Looking at the calendar today, the New Zealand dollar fell by 20 basis points after they recorded negative business confidence for the month of October. The New Zealand Finance Minister mentioned that the drop in Kiwi dollar is natural after a change in government. The New Zealand dollar has shed around 3.5% since October 19. And that's all from me for now, Rachel. Back to you.
Thank you, Rocco. Looking at today's exchange rates and foreign currencies in the Fijian dollar. The Fijian dollar strengthened against the Chinese yuan and the American dollar to close at 3.14 and 47 cents respectively. The Australian dollar went down to close at 61 cents, while the New Zealand and PNG kina strengthened, closing at 68 cents and 134. As for the commodities market, it was a mixed day with oil prices closing at 54.6 a barrel. Gold closed at 1,275 an ounce, and silver was down to close at 16.82 an ounce. And in Growing Fiji tonight, the Fiji Sugar Corporation has embarked on a new direction to enhance grower engagement. Chief Operating Officer Naveen Chandra held meetings with growers in Singatoka to discuss issues affecting cane development. Chandra says in order to achieve the objective of 4 billion tons of cane, FSC is rigorously engaging cane development across all cane sectors. He adds they recognize growers are the key to the future growth of the industry, and FSC will continue to engage this important stakeholder. Chandra says finding long-term solutions are mutually beneficial to the cane growers community and FSC. And that's business this evening. Now to sports. Here's Jamie.
Thanks, Rachel, and good evening. Coming up, Fiji Sevens mentor happy with progress, and Fiji volleyball takes new approach. This and more coming up.
Bula, kera mai Singatoka, kera ndo talita kana varorong na Radio Fiji 1 and the moi viti.
Ayaw na rin siya. Uti ko minasong buti ko lang ndo talita kana Radio Fiji 1 kina ndo moi viti.
Ayaw ko yazo silil tale, nagurara may nawamanyi, nandunga. Gitu talita gini ang gitu pinasibale, nagudurong barong na Radio Fiji 1 nando moi viti.
Na Radio Fiji 1 nando moi viti na bonga ni BNN.
The Fiji Airways Ndrua believes it is capable of outplaying National Rugby Championship leaders Queensland Country in the semi-final. The side began preparations for the match today and have set their sights on a convincing win this weekend. Wasnil Prasad has more from the Ndrua camp.
Good news for fans. Flying Fijians prop Kalivati Tawake will return to don the Drua jersey for the semi-final clash.
Tawake will be on this week, and that's 100%. That's a big bonus for us, Tawake coming back.
It's just 2 weeks ago when they met in the round-robin competition at Chachal Park in Lautoka, where Fiji lost to the visitors 24-17. For coach Senirusi Seruvakula, meeting an opponent for the second time will be interesting.
We'll be looking at their weaknesses and what and the last time we met in Lautoka, and those are the areas that we'll be working on.
Drua's recent performance has slipped, but the players won't let the previous results affect their future.
It's a playoff, it's a do-or-die game.
Drua takes on Queensland Country at 5 p.m. on Sunday in Australia. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
Fiji Airways Sevens coach Gareth Baber is happy with his team's performance at the Central Coast Sevens tournament in Australia last weekend. Despite the Fiji Barbarians' loss to Australia, Baber remains optimistic the players will combine well before the start of the World Sevens Series. Felipe Nakaso has the details.
It wasn't the result they wanted, but for coach Gareth Baber, it was a chance to test his players.
I was pleased with what we did, and especially pleased, as you said, with some of the young players getting out there and playing. The way that they conducted themselves was particularly impressive, and then put under some pressure as well is really what I want to see where they're about, and how they act and behave around the senior players.
Happy with the performance of the new boys. He stepped up, really stepped up. Even though they were debuting lots of the boys, young boys. But it was never about the win. It was about the bonding of the new one and the old boys.
Contesting for a spot in the final sevens team for the World Sevens Series is on the minds of all the players.
My aim now is to prove myself to be picked for the World Series team. But before, need to be able to do that. Every day have to improve.
Meanwhile, Fiji Sevens halfback Jerry Tuwai has been nominated for the World Rugby Sevens Player of the Year award. The list of nominees was released by World Rugby early this morning, which also includes Perry Baker of USA and Roscoe Speckman of South Africa. The awards night will be held on the 26th of November in Monaco. Despite a few niggling injuries, preparations are on track for the Fiji Mbati ahead of its next pool game at the Rugby League World Cup against Wales this Sunday. The side hopes to continue with its momentum from its big win over the USA in its opening match. Eroni Tuinuku has more.
The Mbati boys will go into this weekend's match with one task at hand. That is to win against the 9th-ranked Wales side.
There's a couple of eyes on those things that they need on day of the week. And, especially going up against these teams, we just need to be, everyone needs to be on their best game.
Injured forward Kane Evans believes his Mbati brothers will deliver another great performance.
Yeah, it'll be tough, but I have the utmost confidence in our pack, and I know that our squad can deliver.
Their strong brotherhood bond is no secret, as it's keeping the boys moving forward together.
100%, like the boys, they lift me up when I'm down, and I'm pretty sure that when they're down I lift them up too, so we all got each other's backs, and that's why I love being a part of it, and that's why I'm still here this week.
The Fiji Mbati will take on Wales on Sunday at 9:30 p.m. for their second match in the pool games. Eroni Tuinuku, FBC Sports.
There were scenes of pandemonium at Auckland Airport last night as the Tongan Rugby League team arrived to a couple of thousand adoring fans. The welcome even bringing the game's toughest players to tears. Cowboys star Jason Taumololo was greeted with a lot of adoration by family members.
I think it's just tears of joy seeing our whole family here, so it's a great experience to see the turnout we had tonight, and it shows how much it means to our people.
The team, packed full of NRL stars, will now prepare for its second game against Samoa in Hamilton. Vodafone Fiji football coach Christophe Gamel is facing difficulties securing the services of Fijian players overseas for national duties. His team is currently in camp in Ba preparing for the match against Estonia on the 19th of November. Gamel says he would like to discuss the issue with the heads of government so that a solution is found.
So many trouble to get the player. It's a long process. It's always a problem. And I hope that one day the state and maybe the the people, the Prime Minister. I hope to meet him one day, or the AG, because they look fair and really helpful. So I hope that with Fiji FA we can organize one meeting.
The Fiji Volleyball Federation is taking a new approach as they prepare for the Oceania Club Championship. The newly elected board has introduced an inter-club tournament to select the best 8 teams that will represent Fiji at the tournament in Suva next month. Eroni Tuinuku reports.
The main focus of this tournament is to expose local players to international tournaments and gain experience.
Club level, we hardly have a competition at Oceania level to attend to, and we are lucky to have the Oceania held here in Suva, and that's why we have this competition to choose the best club to represent Fiji in this Oceania Club Championship.
Amongst the 8 Fijian teams which will feature in the Oceanias will be Rewanga.
And with all the talents that are coming up, we'll hope we'll mold it all into one and become a big firepower during the Oceania Games.
The new management says it wants to lift the standard of volleyball.
This is the beginning of the season, and there's more tournaments to come. And it may be a surprise to have this inter-club at the beginning. And usually the Vulada and the West Rail is the start of a tournament, but it's usually held in January. So this is a tournament to have them organized and get them prepared for better tournaments to come up.
The 8 teams that have qualified for the Oceania Club Championship are Rewai Rebels, Rewanga X, Water Authority, Kinoya Blackhawks, Ami, Nasinu, Suva and Nakasi. Eroni Tuinuku, FBC Sports.
In an unfortunate incident, Albacete defender Mariano Bitolo required 10 stitches to his penis after he was struck by his teammate Studs in a Spanish second division game against SD Huesca. The Argentine left-back was left writhing on the pitch in agony after being hit by his teammate when trying to defend a high ball in the 82nd minute. That's it from sports tonight. Angie joins you later on with weather, and in our World of the Weird and Wonderful segment, a look at why people are voluntarily scaring themselves. Details after the break.
मैं प्रेमिला वायरुकू रेकी रेकी से सुबह मेरी आँख खुलती है तो मैं मिर्ची एफएम सुनती हूँ। मिर्ची एफएम इज नंबर 1। इट्स सो हॉट।
हम लोग बार टाउन के कैरियर ड्राइवर लोगों ने हम लोग के मिर्ची एफएम सुनो अच्छा लगे। मिर्ची एफएम इज हॉट।
हाय, मैं संध्या नारिया रेफरी से मेरे सारे दोस्त मिर्ची एफएम सुनते हैं। मिर्ची एफएम इज हॉट। आई लव मिर्ची एफएम।
हमें स्पिन टोटो ताबुआ के मिर्ची एफएम में सबसे अच्छा गाना बजे।
मिर्ची एफएम इट्स हॉट।
In new media, according to the World Health Organization, 1 in 3 women globally have suffered physical or sexual violence, and many keep the attacks a secret. But women are now feeling more empowered than ever to bring their stories out of the shadows, thanks to the social media movement Me Too. And it's now time for Weather with Angie.
Hello there and welcome to the Weather World. Another hot sunny day was upon us today with less rain, of course. The sun lovers must be loving this. Looking at the west, it was dry and sunny and it became more warm in the afternoon. Eastwards from Bekhaber to Suva, it was a muggy day as well, with sun being a scorcher. Rain is likely for tonight. And up north, this side was humid as well, a little extra humid. At sea, easterly winds 20 to 25 knots with rough seas. And for the tides, low tide tonight will be at 10 with high tide tomorrow morning at 4:26. See the beauty of sunrise at 5:27. For tomorrow, we're not looking at much rain, so yay to more superb conditions. Tomorrow's temps, Lautoka and Lambasa will be the hottest with highs of 30 degrees. And looking further into Thursday, a band of showers are more likely to move our way. And that's all from the FBC Weather World. I'm Rita.
Well, on Fijian Pulse today, we asked, will you grow or encourage someone to grow a mustache to support the fight against prostate cancer?
Of course, yes. I will grow my more in the support of Moemba campaign.
Of course, I will be growing my more. Grow more to save a bro is what the national campaign is. Yeah, more bro.
I can't grow more, but however, I can encourage my husband to grow more to support prostate cancer.
I would if I could, but then I'll just ask my brothers probably to just raise awareness for the prostate cancer.
In the world of the weird and the wonderful, haunted houses, horror movies, spooky costumes, why would anyone voluntarily get scared? Well, that gave me goosebumps. Now, recapping the main stories. Undocumented deposits a problem for Singatoka. New twin otter for Fiji link. And Joe Lovandua enjoys stint with Fiji Mbati. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM. To our poll question, this week we're asking, do you think Fiji's role in COP23 is starting to benefit other small island states? Visit our FBC website to answer. And before we go, our shot of the day sent in from the Coral Coast courtesy of a loyal viewer who would like to keep his photography skills a secret. This was taken at the Mango Bay Resort early this morning. Now, we'd like to encourage all our viewers to send in more pictures of our beautiful Fiji, whether it's our tropical flowers, stunning waterfalls, maybe a visiting cruise ship, or even your favorite pet. Just send them through to email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via our Facebook page, FBC News. You can also follow and tweet us news tips at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. And that was your FBC News for tonight from the team and I. Have a safe evening. Bye for now.
Pero ndo talita kana barorong na radio Fiji 1 and domoy viti.
Ayaw na rin siya. Kung minasong mo tikola ndo talita kana radio Fiji 1 kina domoy viti.
Kaya ko sila tale. Nagurara may naomani nandunga. Gitu talita gini ang gitu Venezuela nagudurong. Barorong na radio Fiji 1 na domoy viti.
Na radio Fiji 1 na domoy viti na bonga ni BNN.